what I learned from that experience was worth more than any money they could have paid me. You know what I mean? And I eventually did get on the payroll via WBLS when like Wendy renegotiated her contract and they made sure I was in the contract, which is a beautiful thing. You know, but yeah.
How is your relationship with her now?
I don't have one. I haven't talked to Wendy or her husband in 4 years. Last time I talked to them was like February 2010, but you know, it ain't no love lost. You know, a thug changes, love changes. Sometimes best friends become strangers. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love to see her doing what she's doing. I love to see her success, and I salute her. You know, I mean, they say all the time people come into your life for reasons, seasons, and lifetimes, and like, I wasn't there to be on her titty for the rest of my life. You know what I mean? Or for her to be holding my hand for the rest of her life. She gave me exactly what all I could ask for was an opportunity, and I made the most of that opportunity.
So, are you as brutally honest in real life as you are on the air?
I mean, so they say. You know, it's funny because I never even realized that what I was doing was something that I guess people were classifying. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just how I was raised growing up. Moss Corner, South Carolina. My father is like that. My uncles are like that. You know, my brothers, my cousins, like my friends. That's how we grew up. We grew up snapping on each other. We grew up telling the harsh truth about each other. Like, we never took it as like a talent. You know what I'm saying? I just thought that's the way life was. You know, so. Yeah, I mean, I don't want nobody around me if you're not keeping it 100. I don't need no yes men around me or nobody lying to me. You know, I need the harsh truth. In fact, it makes me uncomfortable when everybody's like, oh yeah, it's great, it's all good, blah, blah, blah. Like, nah, something gotta be wrong. You know what I mean? Something can't be all good, you know, and if you don't tell me what I'm doing wrong, then I can't get better. So I don't even want that around me.
So you have the show, the Charlamagne show, Guy Code. What are all the shows that's on TV right now that you're doing?
Guy Code, Girl Code. Well, Guy Code's actually coming back for season 4 in March. Girl Code is on now. Guy Code, that just wrapped its first season. Girl Code's on its second season. Charlamagne and Friends, we in the middle of I guess you can technically call it my second season. Cause my first season was a week-long pilot that ran in 2013, the week of the VMAs. But now it's a regular series, so we're in the midst of that.
Well, congrats on that. I'm so proud
God
of you.
is good,
got
man.
A lot going on.
God is good. I got a lot of reoccurring roles on the Bethany show as well.
Okay.
You know, I love doing that.
She's doing good right now.
I love doing her show, so yeah, I just keep it moving.
What's the most valuable lesson through all the hardships that you learned?
Oh man, there's so many because you know I read a lot, so I mean I pick up so many different lessons, whether it's from The Secret or the 4 Agreements or Wayne W. Dyer's Power of Intention. But you know, no lesson is better than experience. So the one thing I've learned through experience is that really nobody can stop the destiny that God got planned for you. The only person that can stop the destiny that God has planned for you is yourself. You know, and industry-wise, a valuable lesson I learned from Wendy was like, yo, you're either going to be of the people or of the industry. And when you're of the people, you're going to give the opinions of the people. When you're of the industry, you're not going to give honest opinions because you're going to be worried about being invited to the, you know, album release parties and the listening parties and the birthday parties of these industry folks. I don't give a fuck about none of that. You know what I'm saying? I like being with the people. Like, I'm not really a music industry or a hip hop industry scene type of person. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a industry type person. That ain't my thing. And if I am doing some industry stuff, it's really over here with my radio folks or my folks in TV. You know what I mean? It's a little bit more honest on this side. So
how do you still voice your opinion, be so honest, and it still work for you? A lot of people can't do that.
I mean, I don't know. Because, I mean, I'm not, like I said, it's not something that I'm purposely setting out to do. It just is. And I can't say it's always worked for me, but it has always worked for me, I guess, because I've been fired 4 times in radio, and I've never been fired for a reason. It's always, Charlamagne, we want to move in another direction, but then, you know, behind the scenes, I hear, well, he said this and he said that, and, you know, he offended this person, and, you know. But, you know, it wasn't them moving me in another direction. It was God moving me in another direction. And, like, the world opens up for an honest person, you know? So I never come from a place of malice with it. I'm never purposely trying to be disrespectful. I'm never purposely trying to offend. It's just I'm expressing my honest opinion. Nothing more, nothing less.
What can we expect from you this year? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Oh, man. Well, this year, you know, I'm definitely dropping my book. You know, it's a self-help guide.
Good.
You know, for hood people like me.
Good.
I want to get a couple more seasons of Charlamagne and Friends. And I got some movies, definitely. But I got something big in the works. Like, big, like major in the works. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to say yet, you know, because I actually just got the email yesterday, but I just want to be like the one of the biggest multimedia personalities in the game. Like everything Steve Harvey, Ryan Seacrest, those guys are doing, I want to be in that same lane, you know? And I'm going to have the opportunities to be in those same lanes. So I'm just going to make the most of my opportunities and continue to grow the brand of Charlamagne.
So after you've been through the good, the bad, the ugly, what do you know for sure about life?
That it moves on.
Everybody says that.
It's the
That's
truth.
everybody's answer.
It's the truth. that it moves on and it keeps going. And guess what? It's going to move on and keep going with or without you. So, you know, you better adjust to the changes. Because if you don't adjust to the changes, man, and you stay stuck in the ways that you've been moving, you're going to keep getting what you've been getting out of life. And that's not the way life is meant to be lived. Life is meant to be lived. You got to constantly evolve. You know, change is the basis of growth, and growth is the basis of life. If you're not constantly changing, you're not growing. If you're not growing, then what are you doing? You're dying. You're not doing nothing. So that's why when you look at certain people, man, and you see them in their 40-something years old, they washed up because they still trying to live the way they were when they were there in their 20s and their 30s. Nothing about them has grown. Nothing about them has evolved. Their mindset hasn't grown. Their mindset hasn't evolved. They're still hanging around the same people they was hanging around when they were in their 20s doing nothing. So guess what? If you're hanging around the same people that you were hanging around in your 20s doing nothing, guess what you're going to be doing in your 30s? Nothing. So guess what you're going to be doing in your 40s? Nothing. So you got to understand, life moves on. Father Time don't wait for nobody, man. And when it's over, it's over. When you're 40-something years old and you look back and you're like, damn, I wasted all that time doing nothing. You know? Life moved on and I didn't move with it. Now you're just a washed individual. You don't got nobody to blame for that but yourself.
What are you reading right now?
Right now, I just finished reading, well, about a month ago, I finished reading Mark Echo's book Unlabeled. I haven't really had time to sit down and dig into a good read because I've been really just working so much, you know? But I gotta get my brain exercises in. So I don't know what I'm gonna read next, but I'm gonna find something.
What are you embracing in life?
I'm embracing being the change that I want to see in the world. I mean, I've always embraced that, but even more so now because I feel like there's so much hate out here. And like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said, you know, I'd rather embrace love because hate is too much of a burden to bear. And I think, like, also expounding on something Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said, he said that he wants to live in a world where people are judged by the content of their character and not the color of their skin. I think in 2014, we have to expound on that and say you want to live in a world where people are judged by the content of their character and not their race, their religion, their sexuality, their gender, their class. Just embrace people for people. You know what I'm saying? If they're a good person, rock with them. If they're a negative person, fuck them. Life ain't really that hard.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying?
Like that.
It's really not that hard. So I mean, and I think another thing that we need to start embracing, man, is the fact that we're all spiritual beings living a human existence. We are all God's children. You know, and I think we need to move accordingly as such. Of course, you're going to look at the obvious, like, oh, you're black, you're white, you know, oh, you're gay, you're straight, but does that even really matter? You know what I'm saying? You're Muslim, you're Christian, you're rich, you're poor. Does it matter? What matters is if you're good and I'm good, we have a common accord. That's it.
All right, that's Charlamagne the God. I'm so happy and just honored to have that interview. So thank you for tuning into Embrace Life Media.